Hello, once again, midwife Winnie. We know very well that we are in a Ebola pandemic. Ebola is now the one on people's mouth. We are in an Ebola outbreak. So we would like to know what Ebola is, what causes Ebola, how can you prevent Ebola, how is Ebola spread. Subscribe me, like me on my YouTube channel as Midwife Winfred for more information. All the videos are on there, how to prevent, how it spreads, what is Ebola, everything. So Ebola, if we are to talk about Ebola, Ebola is a viral infection. It's a viral infection that is caused by an Ebola virus. As we know very well that Ebola virus can be prevented, but it can also be cured. So most of the viral infections, they spread at a very high rate. So right now in Uganda, we are running a pandemic that everyone is aware. Already we have an outbreak. Already we have lost our loved ones due to Ebola. So we would like to know what Ebola is. So Ebola is a viral infection. And this viral infection, it can be spread or got from animals. Those are wild animals like monkeys. So the people who get in contact with the monkeys, they're at high risk of getting this Ebola virus. So when someone has Ebola, you can be there asking yourself, when I get Ebola, how can I know that I have Ebola? What are the signs and symptoms of Ebola? So I remind you that subscribe me, like me on my YouTube channel as Midwife Winfred. So we are going to see the signs and symptoms of Ebola. If you get in count or you suspect yourself to be having Ebola, what are these signs that you're going to be seeing? What are these symptoms that you're going to be seeing? One, when you feel like you vomiting, like vomiting, someone with Ebola is most likely to vomit because we know very well any infection that invades our body can trigger that reaction of vomiting. So you may see someone vomiting, though we can also see vomiting in other sicknesses, in other diseases like malaria, like infections, and so on. But still, when it comes to Ebola, it's one of the signs and symptoms that you can check out, though we cannot give it a confirmation before you go to the health facility. Then when someone has Ebola still, you can have headache. The headache, you can experience some headache that is severe. So don't see the headache and then you sit back. Go to the hospital, check out. Let the health workers check you and confirm what is paining you. All of these signs may be seen in other infections, in other diseases. Someone may experience body pain, muscle pain. You feel like everywhere is aching, the muscles are aching, the muscles are paining you everywhere. You ask yourself, am I having a fever? No, please first go to the facility and then they check you out. Someone may feel fatigued every time you are weak, every time you feel you don't have energy, you feel like you cannot even hold, you feel exhausted because of fatigue. That is also a sign of Ebola. Then someone may have blood diarrhea. You go to pass out stool, you find that the stool that you are passing, it has some blood in it. It has the blood that is not. Yes, we know very well that also other diseases can cause blood diarrhea, but also in Ebola, also it's a sign of Ebola. Fevers, that is a key important sign. It's a key important symptom of Ebola. You experience high body temperatures, you experience those fevers that are on and off, you feel like you are hot, you feel your body temperatures are raised. So please don't sit back when you feel fevers, as I remind you that also this can come with other diseases, can come with other infections, but still check out yourself. Go for medical diagnosis, go for medical checkup, so that they can check what really is causing this fever. But fever is a key symptom in Ebola. Then we have bleeding from the body opening. You find someone is bleeding from the nose, from the ears, from the eyes, from the mouth. That is a very, very quick sign that someone might be having Ebola, because Ebola, we know very well that this is an hemorrhagic disease. Hemorrhagic disease means it's a disease that happens with bleeding. So you experience the bleeding from the nose, you experience the bleeding from the mouth, you can experience bleeding from all the body openings on your body. So once you see such bleedings occurring that are unusual, that you have not been with, please go and check out yourself. Go and do the investigations, go and do the lab tests, and then we find out what's really is going on. Because when we see bleeding, that's an obvious case that we suspect, that is a key suspect of Ebola. So when you see the bleeding from any of the body opening, please suspect. When you see someone bleeding from any of the body openings on the body, please suspect this person to be having Ebola virus or Ebola disease. Then we have rash. Someone may get rash with some bloody spots under the skin. We see normally we always have many rashes, and rashes also we experience them in various diseases, in various conditions, in various infections. So when you have the skin rash with some bloody spots on the under the skin, it's also a sign that you may be a suspect of this Ebola disease, or you might be having the Ebola virus in you. Then we have the loss of appetite. You may see that someone who has been eating is not able to eat, someone who has been uh, someone who had his appetite. You find that they bring you what to eat, they bring you food, but you cannot be able, you don't have the appetite to eat such a food. So you check out, as I told you, that some come with other diseases, but it's better you go to the hospital, you ask your doctor, you ask your health worker, you explain such that they can do the investigations early and they make a proper diagnosis. Then we have body weakness. You feel like all the body is aching. You feel all the body is weak. So don't sit back.